Are you sure you want to do this?
Recently, we saw the movie Alien Romulus, and now there's buzz about a possible sequel thanks to the director's simple question, if people want to see that. Some of you might think this is essentially Alien 6, and you're probably right. Either way, we're here to break down everything we know about the upcoming movie. Plus, we'll dive into why we haven't seen Alien vs. Predator 3 yet, especially after AVPR did okay. For those who might not be up to speed, we've got Prey 2 and a new Predator flick called Badlands on the horizon. And there's a chance we might get a follow-up to Romulus. So there's a lot of exciting stuff happening to breathe new life into the Alien franchise. While there's no official word yet on a sequel for Alien Romulus, its impressive box office performance makes it look pretty promising. With an $80 million budget, it's already pulled in over $100 million worldwide in just its first week. It's on track to become the second highest-grossing movie in the franchise after Prometheus. For a bit of perspective, here's how the core Alien film stacked up. Alien had a budget of $11 million and grossed $184.7 million. Aliens cost $18.5 million and made $183.3 million, and so on. With its strong start, Romulus seems set to hit its profitability milestone, especially with the story's unanswered questions and hints at future ideas. So how does Alien Romulus set up the possibility for a sequel? Even though there's no post-credit scene, the ending definitely leaves doors wide open. Rain and Andy are in cryosleep, heading toward Yavaga 3, and with Rain surviving, it's clear her story is far from over. There's tons of potential to explore what happens while they're asleep, and arriving on Yavaga 3 could lead to some intense new challenges. We know the space colony on Yavaga 3 isn't exactly welcoming to synthetics, so Rain and Andy could face serious trouble when they land. Rain promised to fix Andy, so a sequel could dive into her efforts to keep that promise. Plus, there's always the chance for more Xenomorph action, and Rain might wake up to deal with Weyland-Yutani employees who have their own agendas. Their dynamic is one of the most compelling parts of the franchise, and it would be a bummer if their journey ended with Romulus, especially with so many questions left unanswered. Even though Xenomorphs are often seen as the ultimate predators, Alien Romulus wraps up with a hint of hope for humanity. Humans might not adapt to space as quickly as aliens, but they have their own strengths. The film really highlights the importance of human and synthetic bonds beyond corporate greed. Characters like Rook genuinely want to help humanity, but they're blinded by Weyland-Yutani's selfish motives. Alien Romulus also sheds light on how corporations like Weyland-Yutani exploit people. They tried to use Andy for their own gain, and the characters paid the price for simply wanting a better life. The film emphasizes the choice between maintaining one's humanity and succumbing to cold corporate directives, with Rain's decision to stay with Andy underscoring that their future is intertwined and worth fighting for. Looking ahead, Alien Earth is set to be the next big addition to the franchise after Romulus. Created by Noah Hawley for FX on Hulu, this will be the first time we see the Alien universe on TV. The show will take us back 30 years before the original Alien film. Although there's no official premiere date yet, the cast includes some pretty exciting names like Sidney Chandler, Alex Lothar, Adrian Edmondson, Samuel Blanken, Essie Davis, David Rysdahl, Adarsh Gaurav, Kit Young, and Timothy Oliphant, who fans might recognize from his role as Raylan Givens in Justified. How well the show will do and whether it can sustain multiple seasons remains to be seen. It's not a mini-series though, so there's definitely room for more if it takes off. Hawley even hinted in a recent interview that he could see himself working on the series for the next 10 years of my life. So while Alien Earth is currently the only new project officially confirmed, it could pave the way for a lot more in the future. Now, let's dive into the buzz around Alien vs. Predator 3. Even though the first two Alien vs. Predator movies didn't exactly win over critics, the financial success of both kept the idea of a third film alive. The 2004 Alien vs. Predator didn't quite hit the mark for sci-fi horror fans, mainly due to its PG-13 rating that resulted in a bloodless showdown. The 2007 sequel, Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, tried to make up for that by ramping up the gore, but ended up being a letdown in its own right. Poorly made, confusing, and lacking in scares. Still, it made $130 million on a $40 million budget, which kept hopes for a third film alive. The Strauss brothers had plans for a third movie set in space, tying into Ridley Scott's original Alien and involving the predatory tech from Requiem. But those plans hit a snag with Ridley Scott's prequels, which introduced new backstories for the Weyland-Yutani Corporation that clashed with the Strauss brothers' ideas. With Alien Romulus and Alien Earth potentially shifting the franchise's timeline, there's still a chance for a third film, though it might be a challenge to win over fans after the mixed reception of the previous entries. Now, it's up to Fede Alvarez to potentially bring Alien vs. Predator 3 to life. Alvarez, who's fresh off Alien Romulus, has shown interest in making the crossover film. He even floated the idea of teaming up with Prey's Dan Trachtenberg to co-write and co-direct, much like Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez did with From Dusk Till Dawn. Alvarez mentioned, "Maybe it's something I have to co-direct with my buddy Dan. Maybe we should do like Tarantino and Rodriguez did with Dusk Till Dawn. I'll direct half and he'll direct another half. It depends on how well this does if people want to see that." For a while, it seemed like the Xenomorphs were taking a back seat, but Alien Romulus has changed the game, earning the best reviews the franchise has seen since the Scott and Cameron classics. Add in Prey, which not only became the best-reviewed Predator movie ever, but also revitalized the series, and it's clear there's fresh momentum. With Romulus likely to have a strong box office performance, now could be the perfect time for 20th Century Fox and Disney to revisit the Alien vs. Predator crossover. Alvarez's idea of teaming up with Prey's Dan Trachtenberg for a joint project might be just what's needed to inject new life into the series. Alvarez and Trachtenberg both understand their franchises well. Trachtenberg is busy with Prey 2 and another standalone Predator movie, Badlands, which might even star Elle Fanning. A collaboration between these two could deliver the thrilling, well-developed Alien vs. Predator film that fans have been craving. Given that Disney has shown faith in Alvarez by releasing Alien Romulus in theaters instead of just Hulu, his enthusiasm for a new crossover could be the nudge the studio needs to take it seriously. With Disney now owning 20th Century Fox, it's almost a given that a reboot is on the horizon. Disney has been actively revitalizing both the Alien and Predator brands, with Prey being a huge hit and the upcoming Alien TV series led by Noah Hawley looking promising. These franchises are making waves not just on-screen, but also in the comic world. Alien has wrapped up its 2-volume run with a 3rd volume on the way, while Predator has just launched its 2nd volume, diving deeper into lore and introducing new characters. What's really exciting is that the Predator comic series has set the stage for Disney's first Alien vs. Predator crossover with its 3rd part. The comics cleverly weave in elements from the movies that fans have loved for decades. The Predator's hunting planet is shaping up to be a perfect setup for AVP-3. In Predator Volume 2, Number 2, we see people stranded on a forest-like alien planet, trying to survive against ruthless predators. This planet feels like the one from Predators, but adds new layers, including a training ground for young predators and a chamber for xenomorphs. This ties into the Yautja blooding ritual, where young predators must kill xenomorphs to prove themselves. The comics set this up beautifully, and it's clear that the perfect movie setting for AVP has been right under our noses all along. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Do you think the Alien vs. Predator crossover is finally going to live up to its potential? Or are there other franchises you'd like to see get a revival? Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.